Hello, friends, and welcome to Adventures in Pixieland. We are in Bible study. We are in video 2. We are in the NIV. I know that's going to make some people upset. Just patience. We will do other versions of the Bible, and we will compare other versions of the Bible to the NIV. I'm not going to be upset if I don't like the wording in the NIV compared to other versions. I don't really have a favorite version. Well, I have to read more than the ones that I currently have, or the two that I have, before I can really decide a favorite. There's 405 versions of the Bible. That's a lot. 2 is not really enough of a sample. Watchfulness is this heading. It's chapter 12 in the book of Luke. We're going to be doing 35 to the end, which looks like 59. So let's jump in. Be dressed, ready for service, and keep your lamps burning, like men waiting for their master to return from the wedding banquet, so that when he comes and knocks, they can immediately open the door for him. It will be good for those servants whose masters finds them watching when he comes. I tell you the truth, he will dress himself to serve. We'll have them recline at the table, and we'll come and wait on them. It will be good for those servants whose master finds them ready, even if he comes in the second, third watch of the night. But understand this: if the owner of the house had known at what hour the thief was coming, he would not have let his house be broken into. So you must also be ready, because the Son of Man will come in an hour when you do not expect him. Peter asked, "Lord, are you telling this parable to us or to everyone?" The Lord answered, "Who then is the faithful and wise manager who the master puts in charge of his servants to give them their allowance for their proper food allowance at the proper time? It would be good for that servant whom the master finds doing so when he returns. I tell you the truth, he will put him in charge of all of his possessions. But suppose that servant says to himself, 'My master is taking a long time in coming,' and then he begins to beat the manservants and the maidservants, and to eat and drink and get drunk. The master of the servants will come on a day when he does not expect him, at an hour he is not aware of, and he will cut him to pieces and assign him to the place of the unbelievers." So no excuses for treating people crappy while we're waiting for Jesus and just thinking, "Oh, he'll forgive me later." He's saying, no. You have to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. No right to disrespect other people. It's the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, and then it's everybody else. All this, I want to jockey for position and have everybody admire me and the blah, 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 blah. Come on. Verse 47, that servant who knows his master's will and does not get ready, or does not do what his master wants, will be beaten many blows. But the one who does not know and does things deserving punishment will be beaten with a few blows. So they still get punished, but less if you unknowingly did something. From everyone who has been given much, much will be demanded. So if he blesses you with plenty, it's because you're supposed to give to others, not to hoard it for yourself. And from the one who has been entrusted with much, much more will be asked. If he gives you positions of power, you are exposed to be worthy of that position. It's not an excuse to abuse people with your power. You're supposed to be using that power to help others. Not peace, but division. Verse 49. I have come to bring fire on the earth, and how I wish it were already kindled. But I have a baptism to undergo, and how distressed I am until it is completed. Do you think I came to bring peace on earth? No, I tell you, but division. From now on, there will be 5 in one family divided against each other, 3 against 2, and 2 against 3. They will be divided, father against son, and son against father, mother against daughter, and daughter against mother, mother-in-law against daughter-in-law, and daughter-in-law against mother-in-law. People are going to fight over religion within their family. And that indeed would happen, because there were Jewish people who converted to Christianity. But then that meant they would have Jewish relatives that are going to have a problem with that. And I have to tell you, it's a very big thing, because their religion is heavy part. Their religion is what with the genetics is what's supposed to make them God's chosen children. So this is basically like divorcing your parents. So it's huge. It's a huge deal. And he's not wrong. It is what happens in the future. Interpreting the times. Verse 54, because he's the Messiah, so he's never wrong, because he's the Messiah. That's what, He said to the crowd, when you see a cloud rising in the west, immediately you say it's going to rain, and it does. And when the south wind blows, you say it's going to be hot, and it is. Hypocrites! You know how to interpret the appearance of the earth and the sky. How is it that you do not know how to interpret this present time? Why don't you judge for yourselves what is right? As you are going with your adversary to the magistrate, try hard to be reconciled to him on the way, or he may drag you off to the judge, and the judge turn you over to the officer, and the officer throw you into prison. I tell you, you will not get out until you have paid the last penny, which Greek for lepton. I'm going to say what that last part is really saying is, what's easier than drama? Peace. Peace is way easier than drama. It's better when to apologize like immediately, or as soon as you feel, when you realize that you should, to someone. And, sort of do it when you realize you're wrong. Do it with the right intention, no matter what their response will be. Because if they have a negative response, leave them alone then. Walk away. Be at peace. Destructive energy is a waste of your time. You can't be building and destroying at the same time unless you first are destroying so you can build. Now, I am in the design end of construction, so sometimes we do need to demolish what's there and remove what it is and make the space ready to build new. So destruction is part of life. But if you're going to go out and be aggressive with people, you're going to create drama and chaos. If you're going to go out and be in your ego, you're going to create drama and chaos. And if you're doing that, something is wrong in here. You're wounded and you're acting immature. Vocalize. That's how we get rid of bitterness. Whether you say it to the person, you write it in a journal, whatever works for you. For your emotional expression. But everyone needs emotional expression somehow. And it's okay to keep it private. You don't have to share it with the world. That's the beauty of journals. If you're having disruptive thoughts, maybe try writing them down. I like to crumple them up, throw them in the fire. If that doesn't work for you, because maybe fire is a no, you could also rip it up into tiny little pieces and flush it down the toilet too. Away with these nasty thoughts. They are from Satan. There's a lot of different ways. But, it's better to try to find the compromise than it is to stay in a place of unrest. But if compromise can't be found, then get yourself out of that place of unrest. Minimally. It's not good for you up there, and that means it's not going to be good for you in here either. Until a few minutes from now, friends.